Hi everybody, I'm the Reluctant Reviewer.
And I'm Kewpie83.
And we are doing another estate sale find video.
Woohoo!
Hard to believe, we found another one. This one, it was an interesting one. There was a lot of swirl Barbies there, so we knew that demand was going to be high. Everybody was going to go look for those. They had 6 of them. And they had Kittle stuff, which I really wanted to find. And they had a lot of stuff that was in the basic years of 65, 66, and 67, which are those pivotal, wonderful years of our childhood that we really had cool toys. So they had a lot of stuff from that. But even though we got there really, really early, we were still ended up being like number 25.
Yeah, we got there like 2 hours early, which, yeah, maybe some more, like you would think maybe you'd be beat by some people at that point.
But you thought you'd at least be in the first 15.
Yeah, the first 15, that seems realistic, but no. We were like 26, 27. That's what our number is, 26 and 27.
But apparently they started the list the night before or the day before, because the first person, number 1, had been there overnight. And they started it then, and people drove by once they got the address and already put their names on the list.
Yeah.
Which was kind of a bummer.
Like literally, this person sat in their car, loitered on the street all night.
A cul-de-sac.
In a cul-de-sac, and like slept in the car, I assume.
Oh, wow.
And she stayed there all night, all day, and like all night.
I've never heard that you could do that if there's a sale. I mean, once you have that address, because the address didn't, well, I guess it got put out in the morning.
It did, but you would think there's a courtesy to the neighbors of the people that still live in that area, not to just like loiter all night.
So to me, I thought it was kind of unfair. And the other thing was there was a window, so when they let the first 10 people in, which was the first 8 people actually, because 2 people didn't come back, there was a window and you could look inside and see right where the dolls and the toy section of stuff was that I wanted, and you could see it slowly get put away and taken by people in that first 8 people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so really, and we don't even know the prices on these things, so they could have been super affordable. Who knows? We didn't even get to see them. And like, I was in the second-ish batch, but it was a really tiny like group of people. So like after the first 10 people got in, all the good stuff was pretty much gone.
The stuff we had that was number 1 on our list. Did we, did we think we were going to get a swirl Barbie?
No.
Probably not, because we knew the price was going to be kind of high on that, and it turned out they did have green ear. So I don't want to put out that much money for something that I'm going to have to be a fixer-upper again. And yours was so high, which you were looking for.
I was looking for, they had like a Sears exclusive Skipper set from some year, I don't remember. It was like a mod era Skipper Sears exclusive set with the doll and the outfit, and it had like sausage curl Skipper, and it was really good. Like it was in mint condition shape. However, I am not rich, and the price that they had marked on the Skipper set was $750, which is way out of my price range. I'd rather buy like 5 or 6 Skippers or more.
It was more money. It was more money than this beautiful cabinet that they had. A beautiful wood cabinet. You could have gotten the cabinet cheaper than the
Skipper. It was literally like the cabinet was like $600 or $699, and the Skipper was $750. So I passed on that, and I kind of assumed it was gonna just stay there all 3 days, because who wants to spend $750 on a Skipper set? But within like an hour, they sold it. Someone decided to spend all their paychecks and they bought it. So kudos to them. I would never pay $750 for something like that.
Well, the cabinet would have been nice because it would have fit all of your Skippers in there.
And I think if it's furniture, there's more, like, I'm fine spending more money on real nice furniture.
Yeah.
And it was a really nice case.
It was very nice.
If only we had a van or something. I was rich.
It was from the Merchandise Mart.
Oh, yeah.
That's what they said on that. They didn't know where that came from. So we end up getting in there, and basically this is probably only my finds, because she just happened to buy some Christmas gifts to put away. I mean, it was a good sale to find Christmas gifts and stuff. It was a beautiful stuff they had in there. Lots of really collectible things.
If the cabinet went on half price sale day, if it was still there, I'd buy it. I'd buy a storage locker.
You'd buy a storage.
I would move it into the storage locker. So yeah, I didn't actually pick anything up to really show off in this
Yeah.
video because really the skipper was the only thing I was looking for, and then maybe odds and ends, but it wasn't a ton of stuff that I would usually look for. They didn't have a lot of composition. The Miriam Alexanders were more from the 80s than they were from the 50s. So there was nothing that really spoke to my collection.
There's a nice little horseman there that I didn't get. She was kind of really priced high, though. But she was a pretty little girl. If she came half price, she wouldn't be so bad.
Yeah.
So when I got there, basically, I was kind of looking around. And, I mean, the only thing that was on my first list, because I knew it would be cheap, was the Barbie Magic Dolls. And it does have the dolls in there. But is there a way that you can fix them so that you can make the magic stuff still work on these? I have no idea.
What is the magic supposed to do?
It just holds the dresses on without tabs.
Oh.
So, I mean, that doesn't work on these anymore. I could always copy them on a printer and then give them tabs and put the tabs on there anyway. But that was just really, really cheap, so I picked that up. And Saucy Walker was there, and it wasn't the crowd that was looking for something that was more 50s. They were looking for this mid-60s stuff. Definitely, they weren't really 80 collectors looking for anything either. So Saucy Walker was just sitting there, and she has her original box, and I thought her price was really good. When I brought her home, I mean, I love the color of her hair. This is her original ribbons and dress. I thought that was kind of neat. I do have another Saucy Walker. You see a lot of them at the doll shows, and I thought she was just cute. I guess they have an issue with their eyes, where their eyes start to sink in. I have no idea how you fix that. I know people can, but right now I'm keeping my fingers crossed. They're pretty good. They don't drive me crazy. They're not cross-eyed. She doesn't cry. I don't know if you're supposed to be able to make them walk from their hands. I have no idea, but I know if I do the legs, she does that. She did have an issue where there was some stuff that was coming out, like a graphite or something, out of her neck, I figure, because it turns. And now we're done with that, so she's all cleaned up. I mean, she was in really nice shape. She's got high color. She's got color on her hands. She's a really cute girl.
She has a pretty face.
Pretty lips, pretty face, and I love the hair. Now, the only part I really washed was the braids, because she did have some fried rubber bands on her. And then I cleaned her clothes. I dipped them in a whole bunch of Efferdent capsules for dentures, and because the back wasn't as white as the front, and everything on the back was smashed. Like, these were all flattened down and needed to be cleaned. But the denture capsules actually got it a lot whiter than it was. I think it looks pretty good now.
I mean, this poor girl has been stuck in a box, like, literally since the day she was purchased.
Probably,
because her hair
like
was matted to the box.
Yeah, it was. And I didn't want to go and do anything with this part because I'll never get it to look like that again. I don't mind. I'll pat water and soap on it and rinse it that way, but otherwise, I think she looks really pretty.
Her hair is a really nice color.
I
like
think
it.
that's a cool color.
Yeah.
The other one I have is brunette. So all original, and I think she's in really nice shape. And then when I was worried about her eyes, then I thought, wow, I had her bouncing around in my car. I really shouldn't have done that. But you'll learn. So she's one of the ones I got, so I'll take this down. Oh, Saucy Walker Collectors, does she sit? Because I'm not quite sure how to make her sit, so I'm not quite sure. The one I had was one from a doll show, and she was in poor condition, had a new outfit put on her, and she's not that minty condition. So I'm not quite sure. I don't think I've ever gotten her to sit either, the other one.
Because her legs walk, right?
They walk, but it says that she can sit.
Oh. That's weird. Turns head.
Well, all the ones on eBay said she still sits, so I'm not quite sure when I try to look her up. But she is from Ideal, so if you don't know what a Saucy Walker is, they have really adorable faces. She has little teeth in there. It's just really cute.
It's a wonderful toy. It's Ideal.
That's what it says. It's a wonderful toy. All right, so we're going to put you down. Since I was picking from the last little dolls, there were a lot of foreign country doll kind of things, when these guys, when they came out, everything came out in different countries. Well, this one was there, and I kind of saw it in the pictures that they showed of it, and I thought, it's a nun doll. It's a really cute nun doll. It's from House of Dolls, Chicago. I guess there was a company that made those kind of dolls, and they sat in the box like this, because you can tell it works much better like this than bringing it back down again. But she's got the cutest little eyes, and they're sleep eyes, and they work really well, and the little cross, and She's all hooked together. I think she's got like frozen Charlotte legs, so those aren't going to break or anything. And the only thing that's really probably strung are her arms, and everything's sewn on. But I thought it was cute.
Yeah, that is a cute one.
Another thing I picked up that wasn't a doll, only because I'm a 60s kid, is, and I owned one of these, a zither. Do you know what a zither is?
I know what a zither is.
You know what a zither is because you're my kid. I got mine in 1967. Mine was blue. This one happens to be made by a company in Milano, which is really cool. Marshall Fields used to sell them, and you would get a card that you would slide in. This has to get, two of them have to get retuned. But it is so cool. I mean, this is Yankee Doodle, and there are a couple that are flat, so don't worry about that. This is the flat one. That one's off. It's gonna go to the flat one again. My husband's gonna fix that for me. We'll just skip that one. We'll just skip the flat one. But it has so many of the song sheets. It is so darn cool.
It's a neat little instrument.
So if you have a child that wants to learn how to play something, there's the Marshall Field bag. Isn't that cool? It's an old green Marshall Field bag. It's fun. This is called the Junior Zither Deluxe. But it's in a lot better shape than mine. Mine had been through probably 8 different moves and in closets and in basements that it really wasn't in great shape anymore, and these had even started to get really
like rusted
looking. Yeah, I mean, this one, I guess it's been in its box. Maybe that's a trick, keep it in its box forever. So that's one of my favorite purchases, and it was really affordable.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool toy.
And then that was all I ended up getting for myself. But before the estate sale, there's a hand-me-down store for clothes, gently used clothes for women that got Barbies in.
And they got these in a couple weeks ago. They didn't just get them in.
They did. And they were doing a little video showing what they had, and they put it like they have a home store too. So the price was really high on there. Well, I went in, I wanted just to see if it was still around, and they had just moved it to their home area, and she said, oh, everything's half price. So I got something I always wanted to get, the Munsters Barbie set.
So cool.
Frankie's got a dad now.
Yay!
Frankie Stein now has a father. Yes, this goes kind of pricey online, but the perfectionists and those people that want the real big money for it probably wouldn't like this box as much. It's got some messes up on it, so that means I could open it.
Exactly.
And not worry about reselling it or something, because I don't want to do that. I want this.
It's really cool, and she has waited like literally forever since this came out to add it to her collection.
Well, I have the Addams Family one, and that one's nice, and there are tons of that one, and that one didn't go up as high. But you need this one with Herman.
Because it looks like Herman.
It does. So that I ended up getting basically for like $25, you know. So it was a really good price, and I was just lucky enough to get in there, and they had just changed it.
Clearly, we don't have doll collectors in our area.
No, because there are still a couple Disney dolls that were left, and then 2 more of the Barbie line that were left. But this is the one I was interested in. I'm like, half price? Are you sure? What did it come to? Okay, yeah, I'll take it.
You said half price.
Do you want me to hold that? Can I look at it again? Yeah. Oh yeah, I'll take it. So that's all I got, and you didn't get anything
but gifts. And that's all I got.
So you're just looking on eBay now for everything that you want to buy.
Now since I didn't spend, hundreds of dollars anywhere this weekend, so I can go online and see. I put in a bid for a skipper that looks similar to the one that I missed out on, that just needs some lashes already. Some lashes like pulled back into place. Yeah. We'll see. I don't know.
I wanted the Kittletown. Yeah. Every time I look for it on eBay, the doors are all broken, like to the fire station and all the other little places you go. And then they had a Tootie and Chris playset, the little house. And I wanted that, and I didn't even get to see how much they went for. And they had Hi Heidi pocketbook dolls.
Yeah, we didn't even see those.
I was saying, I'm looking through the window, and she's in there already. Put something in your hand, please. Put something in your hand.
I was trying to tell you to go first, but you did not. You're like, go, go, go. no. I was like, no.
I figured you're
no.
younger, you can see better and faster.
Because there's nothing that was on the list for anything that really did. But I will say, it was also kind of unorganized back there because they had piles on the ground that people had already started, and they, like, were still stocking stuff at the same time, so, like, things that looked like they were claimed may not have been claimed, and people were putting stuff back from their claimed piles. So it was like, there was a little discombobulated behind that table.
It was a different kind. I mean, they actually, you had to ask them to see something, and they had it like behind them. So there was a table, and they had some stuff, and then they were keeping a tally for you and putting your piles together. So you had to kind of say, can you, there were like only 2 people. Wait for a light for somebody to get you. Can you let me see that? Can you let me see that? But the swirls were $275. So that's how much they were, and they did have Greenier. And I know that the company that was doing it said, but I heard you can take that off, so if you wanted something, you could find it. They were nice.
Yeah, they were nice people, but some of it was just discombobulated.
But when we left, they only sold 2 of the swirls. Mm-hmm. And so all the rest were still there because it was pricey. So I think everybody's waiting.
Yeah.
They're waiting for half price.
Plus they were, like, laying down in their box. They weren't, like, propped up, so you could actually see them. They were, like, lying down.
Well, you had to ask to look at it.
But they could have propped it up like a box.
They could have put it in the glass case that was really pretty.
Yeah, something. They could. I'm sure they can rearrange things now since they have less stuff in the house.
But it wasn't an estate sale. It was more of a moving sale for somebody who went into an assisted living facility. Mm-hmm. So at least they didn't pass away. They were trying to just make money up for this.
Your stuff isn't haunted yet.
No, it's not haunted.
Not yet.
No, not. You're not haunted, are you, sweetheart?
No, because she's still alive. The owner's still alive.
The owner's still alive, so everything's all fine.
And she was in a box, so clearly she wasn't as loved as things that would be out of the box.
Well, everything was in the box, though. Everything was in a box and not taken out. They had a really nice doll that she was supposed to be a fixer-upper, and I was hoping it was just to restring the arms and the legs, but I think she must have been rubber, so everything was all crackled on her arms and legs, and I thought, I can't even try to think of fixing that.
No.
But, so have you gone to an estate sale recently?
Let us know what you thought of it.
Let us
if you
know.
picked anything up.
Yeah, if you did. And if you know anything about the Saucy that I don't, because I'm trying to look up things and I see there are repair places, but I don't think we're at that stage that we need a repair. So I was just kind of wondering more of the other things. Is there a commercial out on her? Maybe. And I do love her. She looks like the sisters from grammar school.
Cute.
So that's it.
Yeah, that's all. Let us know in the comment area what you thought of these and if you found anything at your local estate sale. And I guess we'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.